population. As the 2 billion population, China will probably get 800 million something. We need 1.2 billion people from outside China. This is why we go Southeast Asia, one road, one belt. And imagine the other thing, which you think about. President Xi Jinping announced in Davos meeting, next 5 years, China is going to import 8 trillion US dollars. This one road, one belt conference just happened last month. The China government again say in next 5 years, China will import 8 trillion US dollars. Guys, what does 8 trillion US dollars mean? 16 Walmart Global. Then China is changing very fast from exporting country to import countries. So this $8 trillion means a lot to China, means a lot to the world, of course, means a lot to a country, a company like Alibaba. Because e-commerce probably will be the solution. If you go to Guangzhou Fair or Las Vegas Fair to sell $8 trillion, it's impossible. So let's think about the other. So globalization, absolutely, we are excited. Absolutely, it's a huge opportunity. And to reach, go cross 1 trillion US dollars. And next 3 years, we need a lot of money from GMV from these countries. So that's why Lazada, AliExpress, all going to move very fast. The second opportunity I would say is China opportunity. China today have more than 300 million middle class. They are middle class, but the spending capability, capability is very low. So China is going to reach, with today's growth, in 5 to 6 years, we're going to have 500 million middle class. That means almost close to 2 American population. And this is going to be a huge change for this economy. And China today is shifting from investment economy, exporting economy, to domestic consumption. Domestic consumption, definitely today, e-commerce will take a huge role inside that. And we think that consumption upgrading, importing is the key. So we're going to do a lot on that. And China, the other thing is which I told last year, that a lot of people did not agree. I say in next 10 years, China is going to facing 5 new retail, new manufacturing, new financing, new technology, and new energy. The new retail, I think you have heard about Daniel yesterday talk about in the detail. The essence of new retail is like shifting from selling products to people to serving the people, from selling to services. So new retail is going to be big. And the other is new manufacturing. I heard people ask about the questions about new manufacturing. The way 8 years ago, cloud computing and big data, 8 years ago, we make decision. That because we know that in the future, retail based on data, manufacturing is based on data. So in the past 3 years, our company discussed a lot, much more than most of people in the world about IoT. We believe IoT. We think IoT is the future, is the solution of solving the manufacturer upgrading problem of China. Today, a lot of people in America talk about AI, big data, especially AI. It sounds like if you do not talk about AI, you are in trouble. Honestly, we never talk about AI in the company. I hate people talk about AI in the company. AI normally discussed by those companies without data. AI is normally talked by the academic professors. We've been using that for a long, long time. I remember when our first CEO of Alipay, the Alipay transaction is big, a lot of thieves coming. So in order to, because if we, like Alipay today's transactions amount, we need at least 2,000 policemen, maybe 20,000 policemen. You cannot catch all the bad guys. Because when you have such a large transaction, all the bad guys come. So we use machine learnings. We hired over, I think in our company, more than 200 policemen joined us. They are all the expert of criminal behaviors. So we teach computers to learn how to catch criminals. If you are a thief, a great thief can figure out 10 ways of stealing money. This is a great thief. Normally, a thief can only figure out 2 or 3 ways. But computer can learn 20,000 or 2 million ways. So when the thief will think he is so smart with the idea, the machine will say, I have seen this 100 times. So I think doing good things, to me, AI, doing good things for the other people, normally irrational. I just love you. I like you. I do things without thinking. All the bad guys do bad things with logic. If you have a logic, AI can do a better job than you are. So to my understanding, machine learning and artificial intelligence is the best way to arrest bad guys. We've been doing that on the e-commerce and Alipay for many years, and we never call it AI. And I think that the IoT is going to be big because in the past years, machine all drink electricity. Next 20 years, machine will drink data. In the past 20 years, we make people like a machine, and next 20 years, we will make machine like a people. So this is going to be big. The China 2025 and the Germany 4.0, this all moving to the data. And new financing. New financing, I think Alipay has already, AliEntity Financing already told about that. We are TechFin, we are not the FinTech. FinTech is still old financing. FinTech is still trying to control 2080. The 2080 is a special take for China. The big banks, they serve 20% of the big companies, and they made 80% profit. For us, we want to do 80-20. We want to serve 80% of the small business, 80% of the consumers that never got a chance to reach the financing. We are happy about 20% profit. Joe, is that right? 20% is good enough to me. And also the new technology. We are moving faster on cloud computing. We are moving faster on the mobile technology. We also invest on the operating systems. And we are having a lot of big vision that trying to be sure that Alibaba is a real high-tech company. I told the team, the real high company, Alibaba, should set a like a model is Google. People say, Robin is engineer. Pony is an engineer. Jack Ma is a teacher. Oh, is a salesman. No, I'm not a salesman. I'm an evangelist. And I want to say is that evangelists believe in the future. Engineers believe technology. And I believe technology is for the future. I may not be a good engineer. I'm not an engineer, but I respect engineers than most of the engineers. I respect them. I listen to them. I admire them. But we communicate better. I tell, this is something, if you do in that way, you can solve a lot of problems. If you do this way, you can solve the engineer problems. And they love that. I work very well with all the engineers. One of the examples we did is Ali Cloud Computing. Dr. Wang Jie and I working perfectly. And most of engineers hate cloud computing 80 years ago because they think this thing does not work. And I believe this thing works. And I never bargain with engineers how to make things happening. But I tell this is the direction supposed to be. So we're lucky. And I want to say we should build technology that is great for the future. We should build technology that solve the problem. Alibaba is not the company that, oh, there's some money there, so we should go there. Oh, there's opportunity there, we go there. We grow from Taobao. Why we go Alipay? Because if we do not have Alipay, we will collapse. So we do the Alipay. When we have Taobao and Alipay, we say if we do not have logistics, we will collapse, so we do logistics. So we say, now if we do not have the cloud computing, all the traffic will make us collapse. So when we do all these things, we find out we are not happy. So if we're not happy, nobody will be happy. So how can we make people happy? Then entertainment might be happy. So we do things because customer need, not because this is something that will make money. Today, the more things we do, the more human nature we understand. The more things we work, we partner with others, we know our problem, our partner's problem, our customer's problem. So we want to be the company that solves the customer's problem. So with that much opportunities in China, the 5 News, the faster growing China economy, and China is the second largest economy, might be the first largest economy in next whatever years. Do you think China should have a few companies that are the top tier of the world? So people say, oh, Alibaba is a Chinese company. No, yeah, we are born in China, but we grow for 21st century. We grow for the world. We are born in China, but we made this company for the global. So we having a great plan for globalization. In our company, every year we will have at least 4 meetings among the 300 senior management of Alibaba. We say 2 in Chinese, 2 in English. If you cannot understand, I'm sorry, go back to learn English. So we will see more and more international people, the colleagues here. We will send all the Chinese, most of the Chinese, the colleagues go outside to support. So as the second largest economy, we think China will have companies like Walmart, Microsoft, IBM, Google, Apple that influence the world in the past years. In the last century, there are so many American companies that influence the world and be the number 1. So we think China may have the chance to have a couple of them, and Alibaba hopefully will be the real top 10 of the world. So what will we have? We have, I think you see all the things what we have today, but we think we have people, we have culture, and the very important, the other assets we have is we have the data. If you look at the world today, I don't know which country or which company in the world that has such rich data than us have. People say, oh, you're everywhere. We are economy. You invest anywhere. You have no logic. We have a logic. You don't have a logic for economy. Because we have an economy logic. You only have to think about it. People say, you are Amazon. No, we're not Amazon. Amazon is Amazon. Alibaba is economy. We are not a Google. Of course, we have Amazon business. We have Google business. We have a fiscal business. We have most of business you can see because we are economy. And the economy, to support this economic growth, traditionally is the soil, water, the land, the water, and the environment. For our virtual economy, the most important thing is data. Data is our water. And the other is network. The other is environment, the value we create for our Alibaba users. So this is the data that's why there's a conference. There are a lot of conferences in the future because Alibaba owns that much data. We know data, you have to be careful of the privacy. You have to have care for the data security. I saw one of the questions that, how many data that you have not used yet? 99.99, we have not used it yet. Because we don't know how to use these data. This is something that we did 8 years ago where we made the decision for Alibaba to become a data company. We say, we don't know how to make money out of the data, but we know in the future, no company, no country, no business can survive without data. So we have to focus on data. Today, if we cannot figure out solving the problem of privacy and security, then we should not use data. The data is just to improve our business. And how, it's like when you conserve all the oils, what do you worry about? So we never worry about it. We have more data. And we will continue to making sure the data is good for society, for the globalization, to be more inclusive, sustainable, and happy and healthy. So that's it. That's something I want to say. We have data, we have a people, and great culture. And I will say the other thing is I'm happy about the most powerful organization, the governing of the company. We are partnership driven. And our partnership are so different from the investors' partners and lawyers' partners. Joe probably can share next time about our partner system. So because the partner system culture, we guarantee that our company is a vision-driven strategy. We have to be vision-driven. We have to solve problems for the world. We have to create value for the customers. We have to be happy all the time. So that's it. That's what I want to say. And hope to see you again next year. And last year we have like 200 investors. This year we're like close to 400. We hope we can have 10,000 investors someday here. And not about data, not about the data on the screen, not about the results and forecast like Maggie said. People in the future come here. We want to share how we do the business, how we go across the data from IT to DT, how we survive, what the experience. We want to be the company that can share experience with you guys. Thank you very much.